The first time you went to Kamakhya, so let's go back.
So first time I went to Kamakhya many years ago. Before that I had gone to, there's another temple I really love, which is it's a very small Shakti Pitha in Bengal, in Birbhum district. It's called Konkalitala. It's a Kali temple, powerful Kali temple, beautiful Kali temple. Okay,
Where is this?
It's in interior Bengal. Okay. So I used to go there and often meditate there, and perform my own rituals there, meditation and things like that, etc. Mantra japa. So there I had met one individual who was very accomplished Tantra Sadhak, very high caliber, very high caliber. Perhaps one of the, nature has been kind. I've seen many good people. So he was one of those. He had various abilities and he had spent a lot of time doing Tantra Sadhak. Now he was in a secular profession. Means it's like this. There are two aspects to him. The world knows one aspect of him. He's in a specific profession. I won't name the profession or details of it because I don't know whether he'll like me mentioning all these things.
Seems like he's famous.
He's famous.
Okay.
Let's just say in his domain.
Okay.
He's famous. But there is the other aspect of it. Somebody had told me that you should go and speak to him about this, then you will see. And then I figured that, he's very good. So he had told me a few things. One of the first things he had told me that I remember, you should start going to Kamakhya. Your route will be through that. And the other thing he had told me, and those days I was a staunch anti-Bali individual.
Anti-Bali?
Yeah. Just now I'm defending Bali. Those days I was just the opposite. 180 degree opposite. Okay. And he had told me this, that once you go to Kamakhya, these ideas you will have to slowly get rid of. Okay. That time I was like there are some people who are very reactive to the idea of Bali. Immediately, without logic or anything, they'll start fighting. I was that types at that point. It's something very bad and this, that, a lot of things. Then he had told me that ye idea jayega tera. Once you go there, the Ma Kamakhya will remove that idea from your head slowly. Be prepared for it. So I didn't take him that seriously at that time. We'll see. But effectively in few months, I got an opportunity to go to Kamakhya. That was the first time. And I didn't understand what is Kamakhya, but it's like a spiritual vashikaran. After I come back from that pitha, I could not stop thinking of Kamakhya. Something is pulling me back there. And I kept going and just like that. Half the time I didn't even understand what I am doing here. Ye ho kya raha hai? Because it's a different world of its own. Like that. There are 10 Mahavidya temples in Kamakhya. And then there is the main Kamakhya temple, Ma Kamakhya temple. And then there are Shiva, Bhairava, various other things are there. So many experiences I've had in that place.
Do you want to talk about any of the experience?
I don't know. Once I was doing Homa, fire ritual there.
Havan.
It's pretty late in the night. It was going on. I started around, I think, 10, 11. And it was going on till 2, 2:30. It was continuously going on. And I remember right in front of me, I felt the presence of a deity, a form of the mother. Okay. And it was a blissful feeling, fantastic. I had a terrific meditation. Almost my mind went off to some other zone only. And I think even after sitting for so long, I could still. So basically, once your mind enters into a higher zone, it is not aware of the presence of the body anymore. So in that condition, you can sit for hours and hours. You will not feel tired. You will not feel anything. Okay. So like that. Then eventually I finished the Homa and I went back to wherever I was staying, my room and all that. And but I didn't take it too seriously. There is a brief part of my mind that also says, could be that it's your mental projection. There was no deity. Okay. Ho bhi sakta hai, na bhi ho sakta hai. So I don't take it that seriously until there's more confirmation from. Next day morning, I get up and I'm having a cup of coffee at one of those small places. And I'm walking through the stairways in Kamakhya. In one of the temples suddenly, and that time was very less crowded. At that time, very less people. suddenly there's this guy comes out of the temple, is just outside the one of the temples of the Mahavidyas, and he tells me that you go in, somebody is calling you. Okay, I said that who's calling me? I have come alone. Said no, somebody is waiting for you. Go in quickly. He says this, and he starts walking. Okay, and I'm saying why will anybody call? Anyway, I got curious to see whoever it is. Maybe say somebody who knows me, some friend or somebody has come. So I go inside the temple. There's nobody there. Small one of the Mahavidya temples. There are 10 Mahavidya temples there. So I go inside the temple. I go right into the Garbhagriha. There's nobody there. The moment I step into the Garbhagriha, I see that same deity there, which I saw last night. And that is the form of the mother I was not even worshipping. I was doing some other homa. Okay. And then later, I figured that that specific night, that specific day, Tithi had a link to this form, the mother. It was a very blissful feeling. Same. The moment I was not even doing any sadhana. Morning though I was just having a coffee and I was just walking. The moment I entered into it, that exact same feeling which I had, same experience which I had last night. And it sort of was a confirmation that it was she who had appeared and she made sure for me to understand. See, all this I can put it as maybe my mind is feeling something, etc., etc. But why did this person out of the blue tell me to enter, ki somebody is waiting, and there was no one in the temple?
Whenever I have a podcast guest in front of me who's relaying an anecdote, I can see that anecdote very clearly through what they're saying.
Yeah.
Whenever you say that you got a vision of the deity, I always just see a lot of light. Is it truly just a lot of light, or are you actually able to see a human being like figure? Are you able to see the clothes that the being is wearing?
More than that, not only seeing, the truth or otherwise of a vision is understood by feeling the energy of it. That's the way I see it. So these things are kind of personalized to some degree. So you may have done certain kinds of practices now or in past or something like that. So some person may actually see a lot of things in a lot of details. Another person may hear some things in a lot of details. Another may feel things in a lot of details, even if you don't see a thing. So there are certain kinds of, for lack of better words, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel certain vibrations, which tells me that if there is the presence of a deity is there, or one of the things that the devatas can do, and it's a very, it's a way to understand. If a deity appears to an individual, they are spiritual. So they will pull your mind away from the material plane. It is not about powers. It is not about some light and sound show. Those things can be created by other beings also, who are not gods, who are not devatas. They can create light and sound show. They can create miraculous occurrences. They can get your stuff or whatever prayers you have. But what they cannot do is take your mind away from the material plane.
You're talking about demons that are pretending to be devatas.
Not just demons. There are parivar devatas also.
Okay.
Parivars are beings who surround the devata.
Gana.
You can call. They can also come sometimes. Okay. What they cannot do is that they cannot take your mind. See, what did I explain when I was doing when I had the vision at night? Even though I was sitting for such a long time, my body was a bit tired, obviously, etc. The moment it happened, the mind went off to some other zone. You forget the body, and in that condition, it's like samadhi almost. You can sit for hours, no problem. This ability to pull the mind out of the material zone and give you a very deep meditation, this is one of the hallmarks of a devata. Only a true deity can do that, because they are spiritual and they have the power to pull you out. Okay. Your sense of I-ness they will pull out. And you will have very blissful meditation. Meditation is the one thing that any of the other entities cannot give you.